Hey guys, welcome to day one. The first one we're going to do is Yogalates. So what that looks like, for those who are wondering, is a little bit of Pilates and a little bit of yoga. So a little bit of work, a little bit of stretching. How it's going to kind of be structured is you're going to do 30 seconds and then 30 seconds. So everything's going to work off a 30-second timer. So you guys just need to follow along. I really think that you guys will love this workout. And yeah, I'm really excited. Let's go. All right, so starting up, the first one we're gonna do is come up to this position here, put our leg out to the side. So you wanna make sure hips are in line with foot. We're gonna go hand down and literally we're just gonna start to raise into a lateral raise. So again, keeping that torso nice and in line. You don't wanna have like your shoulders slouching and leaning forward. You wanna stay nice and upright and up tall, nice and proud. So nice and slow and steady. We just wanna raise up and coming back down. You almost want to pretend that the floor is glass, and if you tap it down too hard, the glass is going to break. So from here, we're going to go into teeny tiny pulses. So you'll notice here that I kind of like to just leave my hand there. There's no right or wrong in this situation. You can go hand on hip, you can go hand up tall. It's really just personal preference. So this is just a little bit of work and then we get into some nice stretching. So pulse and pulse and pulse. If you find that your hip's starting to cramp, it's probably because you're leaning back too far into it. Again, come nice and proud. So from here, we're just gonna hold. Keeping that core on tight. Good, keeping that chest up and proud tall. Pointing the toe if you can. And nice and proud, you got 10 seconds to go. Good, again, if you're getting that cramp in that little bit of a hip there, you're just leaning back into it too much. Come up nice and proud. So from here, little teeny circles. I know it hurts. I know it burns. But you got it. Little teeny tiny circles, really starting to isolate the glute there, but don't worry, we will be stretching it out. The stretching is my favorite part. Oh, come in. Oh, just sit in that, kind of stretch forward. Give that glute a rest before we jump into the other side. Perfect. Again, getting ready for the other side, give it a shake. Coming up again, full extension at the hip here. And then torso nice and straight. So you don't want to have that leg too far back. You don't want to have that leg too far forward. Nice and in line. Oh, there's the timer. Let's go. So we've got some lateral raises. You might find that the other glute will switch on straight away. It's just supporting you right now and you've kind of activated it. So it's normal for the other glute to like kick in and kind of want to take over and feel like it's working more than this one. But just remember, keep in the back of your mind that my leg has to get from A to B and it is the leg working. So just remember that. So going into those little tiny pulses here. And again, if it is burning, don't worry. There's so much stretching involved in this workout today. Cool, little teeny tiny pulses. We're gonna go into a hold after this. So notice how naturally my hips wanna like sink back. All I need to do is push them as far forward as I can. So from here, I'll hold. And again, keeping that chest up proud, hips fully extended, and try and point that toe. Good, it's perfect, guys. Really, really well. If you find that you need to drop, just drop, give it a shake, and then jump straight back up. Cool, this is something just to get blood flowing through the body. Still get a burn at the same time. I love adding this one into my morning routine. So you find, again, see how I've just kind of slipped in? I'll just readjust and come straight back into it. Again, coming back down, reaching out, and just stretching out that glute there. Cool, so the next little piece that we're gonna do is 5 minutes worth of stretching. So you're gonna come back down. We're just gonna start off with a sit and reach. So from here, tuck that leg in, and then we're gonna reach out nice and long and tall. The thing I find with stretching is that people just kind of like stretch and just lounge there. It's really like you want to set an intention for why you're doing these things. Like, why is it that you're stretching? So you want to stretch with purpose at the end of the day, just like you would a workout. Like you're going in to, hit a PB in your squat or do whatever. So just remember, stretching's the exact same. You're doing it for a purpose. If you want, grab the opposite arm and reach over to the inside of your foot. You'll find that will stretch into your lower back as well. So this opposite arm will come in and around, and I'll stretch through my back there. You just want to take some big breaths when stretching. You can feel that all the way through my hip. Next, we're just gonna spread those both legs and then reach out as far forward as you can. Cool, so once you get to a point and it feels like fine, it doesn't feel like it's challenging you, reach out that little bit further again. Remember, this is still meant to challenge you as well as feel really nice at the same time. Cool, then from here, bringing one leg up and stretching through there. So we work the legs, now we stretch the legs. We're gonna work the upper body a little bit and then stretch the upper body, and then we're gonna go back to legs. So it's almost like a little workout for you guys this morning. And you're gonna swap through. Cool. You can find that if you lean that little bit further forward and you put your head down, you'll actually feel that this stretch that little bit more. So leaning forward, head down. Amazing. So next we've got feet out tall. What I want you to do here is for 30 seconds, I want you to reach up and touch the toes. Reach up as far as you can and then touch the toes. Reach up and touching the toes. And every time you reach up, take a big deep breath in and exhale and reach that a little bit further forward. And then on this last 30 seconds, I just want you guys to hold this position right here. You guys might feel this a lot. Just pull onto the toes, tuck your head into a nice neutral position. Don't have it flaring up and looking around. Protect that spine of yours. So we're gonna go straight into some work here. So with no rest, we're gonna go into plank shoulder taps. Cool, so turning over, I'm gonna jump into shoulder taps. So there's gonna be 3 exercises here. Nice and slow. We're still staying in the same kind of tempo that we have been this whole time. Slow, controlled movements. Beautiful, bring that belly button into spine. Turn that pelvic floor on. All the girls out there. Cool, and I want you guys to drop on your knees whilst doing the push-ups. Again, this isn't to get like a massive sweat on. It's more so to just get your body moving. So you'll notice here, I'm kind of going into a little bit of tricep push-up. So I'm trying to get my nose to touch the floor before my hips do. Again, nice slow movements. And just take a breath in. Cool, then we're gonna jump into plank. And then from this plank, we're gonna go into a downward dog. So again, like I said, just a little bit of work to get that heart rate up, but then getting straight back into stretching and really trying to lengthen out those muscles. Cool, so drop the knees, reach all the way up, and kind of look right between your legs like I am here, and try and sink your heels down. If that feels too painful, I want you to rock side to side. Beautiful. So again, if it's too painful to sink both hands down, so both heels, just rock. All right, from here, knees down, sink the butt back, and stretch. So this one's like that when we had our legs spread open and we're reaching further forward. If this feels too easy, then sink your butt back a little bit more and reach out that little bit further. So this isn't meant to, like, this is meant to be challenging. Like I said, be super intentional about, why you're doing this. And from here, reaching forward and then reaching up and then wiggling side to side. Amazing. So reaching up, really trying to get into there and side to side. Cool, then from here we're sinking back. And we're actually gonna poke one hand through. Beautiful. Swapping sides, and you just want to look in the same direction that your arm is going. Again, protecting that spine of yours, protecting your neck. And again, reaching this hand out as far forward as you can, and then the opposite hand, again, far forward, whilst I'm still sinking my butt into the heels of my feet. So I'm getting a nice stretch through my lower back, through my lats here, and then through my shoulders on this opposing hand. We're gonna go straight back into plank shoulder taps. We're gonna run through this one twice. Again, this isn't meant to be too hard. It's more so for getting the heart rate back up and just challenging you guys. This is the whole point of Yogalates, is that we all incorporate both. So these workouts are really, really good for anyone who suffers from joint pain or anything like that, so that you get to, really work at the same time as taking care of your body. So I love to add these on, like my morning routines or even my rest days, just adding in something so I'm still getting movement in. Cool, then we're gonna go into our plank. You just want to focus on that breathing, tucking that pelvis under. Again, no flaring through the rib cage. I think I've said this in previous videos before. Cool, then from here going into that downward dog position. You need to get your hair out of your face. Get your hair out of your face. And again, trying to look right between your thighs. Trying to get your head in line with your elbows. And rocking side to side if you have to. from here, sinking our butt back as much as we can. Reaching out as far as we can as well. Cool, I like to tuck my head in here, protect my spine. And I find that I get an even better stretch if I just tuck in. And from here, we'll come up and reach. So I hope you guys enjoy this workout slash stretch. You know, I do. I like to just wiggle here side to side. Feel it that little bit more on each side. Then come back down and reach one hand through. And swap. And before we move on to, our last little component, we're just going to add in a little bit more upper body stretches just to make sure that we are completely stretched. Amazing. So I'm just going to come up here and I'm just going to bring one hand over. Beautiful. I'm sure my hair's a mess, but that's fine. So again, really stretching, pulling down on this elbow, just nice and safely. Again, keeping that chin tucked. Don't kind of have your head looking everywhere. You want to really protect. And other one. Beautiful. Cool, and if we come into this position here, we just cross our legs and we just go opposite hand on opposite knee and then kind of turn and look over our shoulder. And I always like to pull on this shoulder and push on this knee so I still get that little bit of an added stretch happening. So I'll press this wrist into this knee and just look over. And again, so this wrist is going to come on this opposite knee. I'm going to put my hand not too far back, just kind of placed right behind me. I'm going to press this wrist that's on my knee against my knee and look over my shoulder. Cool, I'm just gonna wiggle my shoulders back before we stand up. Big rolls going backwards. And we're just gonna get ready to stand up. Amazing, so we're just gonna quickly hop up, go into a sumo stance. We're actually just going to do a sumo squat hold. So again, going into a little bit of work before we stretch. So in between, it's gonna kind of work 30 seconds of work and then a minute of stretching. 30 seconds of work, then a minute of stretching. So I think you guys will love this one. So kind of holding that sumo position, Then from here, you're gonna go opposite arm to opposite elbow. Opposite arm, so to opposite leg, reach up. And swapping sides. And then the next kind of working piece, we are going to do sumo squat pulses. So we're going to add in a pulse. So we're going to keep our legs in the same sort of position. We don't have to move anything. We just have to stand up nice and tall. So from here, slowly coming back up and then going into 30 seconds of work here. So notice how, the only thing that's moving is I'm pressing down and bending through the knees and then pressing up. Just little kind of pulses happening there. Good. Just focusing on keeping that core tight. Nice and neutral spine. I'm not like putting my head up or anything. Again, stay in this position. We're going to push one shoulder forward and look to the opposite side. I love this stretch. Does anyone remember the video clip Call on Me? Like that little bit of a dance move happening here. So we're just gonna hold this, look to the other side, push out our hips. Cool. And swap. So again, driving that shoulder just a little bit, not over exaggerating it. Just kind of nice and safely pushing that and then like pressing against this opposing leg that little bit more. Amazing. So after this, we're going to go into full pulses. Full squats. So just getting into that sumo stance. Full range of motion happening. Beautiful. Keeping that belly button in tight, keeping that core on. Just working through the movements. Amazing. Now we're going to come in the same position. We're going to come all the way and we're just going to bring our legs in a little bit if you have to. I kind of just had to bring that in a tiny bit. And we're just going to start by coming and rocking side to side. You'll notice that maybe your ankles want to collapse in and really try and distribute the weight evenly all over your foot. So from here, we're just going to go one hand up and reach up. So if your ankles do want to collapse in, it means that your just ankle mobility isn't quite there. But after the 30 days, I can assure you that we're going to improve that ankle mobility of yours. So don't forget to, guys, kind of like let me know how you enjoyed this workout. Any sort of feedback that you guys have, I would love to take on board. Amazing. So just swapping sides here. Reaching up as high as you can, looking to the ceiling as well, scratching your head if you need to. Beautiful, guys. Good, that concludes the workout, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Again, feedback below, tag us, let me know how you went. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.